In an age long past, during a particularly trying time in her life, Queen Cersei found herself feeling quite alone and in need of some comfort. It was then that she decided to adopt a small, fluffy kitten from the castle's stable boy, who had found the abandoned kitten in the streets of King's Landing. At first, the kitten seemed to do little to lift Cersei's spirits, as she was still preoccupied with the many political and personal challenges she faced. However, as the weeks went by, the kitten, whom Cersei named Lancelot, after her late brother, began to bring some joy and levity into Cersei's life. Lancelot was a curious and playful kitten, and he would often chase after shadows and toy mice around the castle. But little did anyone know, Lancelot had bigger plans than just playing. In secret, he began to plot and scheme, determined to one day take the Iron Throne for himself. He bided his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to make his move. And when the time finally came, Lancelot struck quickly and decisively, using all of his cunning and strength to defeat his enemies and claim the throne. The other members of the court were shocked at the sudden rise of the once humble kitten, but they soon came to respect and fear their new leader, for Lancelot was a formidable ruler, feared by all who opposed him. And Sir Lancelot the kitten became one of the most powerful and influential figures in the Seven Kingdoms, ruling with an iron paw and a fierce determination to maintain his power at all costs. As time went on, Lancelot the kitten continued to thrive and grow in power. He became more ambitious and cunning, and he began to set his sights on even bigger goals. Cersei, who had once been his beloved owner, now found herself relegated to the role of a pet, doted on and pampered by her feline ruler. She was content with this arrangement, for she knew that Lancelot was a wise and fair leader, and she was happy to serve him in any way he saw fit. But Lancelot's ambitions did not stop at ruling the Seven Kingdoms. He began to devise a grand crusade, aimed at overthrowing the humans and taking their place as the masters of the world. He began to gather a great army of loyal cats, training them in the art of war and teaching them the ways of strategy and tactics. And when the time was right, he set out with his feline horde, determined to conquer all that lay before him. The humans, taken by surprise by the sudden attack, were no match for Lancelot and his mighty cats. They fell before the feline onslaught, and soon the world was ruled by a new order, one where cats were the undisputed masters, and humans were relegated to the role of servants and playthings. And Sir Lancelot the kitten achieved a greatness that few had ever dreamed possible, becoming the most powerful and feared ruler the world had ever known. Lancelot the kitten and his feline army swept across the land, conquering one territory after another. They seemed unstoppable. The humans, who had always been the dominant species, were now struggling to hold on to their power and their way of life. But just as Lancelot was on the brink of complete victory, a new threat emerged: the White Walkers, a mysterious and ancient race of ice-covered beings with their own plans for world domination. The White Walkers had long coveted the warm and fertile lands of the south, and they saw Lancelot's crusade as the perfect opportunity to strike. They began to mobilize their own armies, gathering their strength and preparing for war. As the two sides clashed, it became clear that neither side would be able to emerge victorious on its own. And Sir King Lancelot, greatest of felines, was forced to put aside his own ambitions and make a difficult choice. He knew that if he and the humans did not unite against the common threat of the White Walkers, they would all be doomed. And Sir, with great reluctance, he called for a ceasefire and sent envoys to the human leaders, offering a pact of cooperation. At first, the humans were wary of trusting a feline leader, but they knew that they had no choice. And Sir, a fragile alliance was formed, and the two sides set aside their differences and began to work together to defeat the White Walkers and protect their world. In the end, Lancelot's wisdom and bravery proved to be the key to victory, and the humans and felines emerged triumphant, the world saved and their friendship cemented for all time.